Super Rugby Unlocked gets underway with a 19-16 nail-biting win for the Sharks over the Lions in Durban. Pretty good way to get the competition started. It wasn't a perfect game by any means. These teams still have, a little way to go, but that's to be expected. We saw the same in some of the Aotearoa matches and the AU matches, but I think definitely the way the match finished especially will will at least have Sharks fans happy. I'm not sure about Lions fans. Out in Yankees were still smiling at the end. I guess, they take a losing bonus point from this one, so they got close and they certainly had a chance to win it. I'll go over some of the key events of the match, some of the key stats, and you guys can let me know your thoughts on how this one went as well. I would say, it's a cliche, but a game of two halves is probably pretty fair, because especially the first half of the first half, it was all Sharks, man. Their pressure paid off early. Koch got a try. It was arm on the left wing after a huge period of pressure and a great conversion from Kerwin Bosch. All Arm had to do in the end was basically just draw his man and pass it to Koch, who went over for the try. Won't score many easier than that, but you can look at it as a team try because, the Sharks, so much pressure, and it was 7-0 early, and the Lions weren't really looking at the races. It looked like it was going to be a pretty long day. Lions did win a first scrum penalty, though, and that was kind of their first chance to exit because, as I said, they've been under so much pressure. And their scrum actually went pretty well, you'd have to say. It's an area that they've traditionally been strong at in recent years, and they seem to do all right there. They did get penalised at scrum time a few times themselves, but I think overall they'd be pretty happy. The Lions into touch on the left wing, I think it was Maxwane. They went back for an offside penalty, but that was, I guess, encouraging if you're the Lions because you've been under the pump the first, goodness knows how long was it, like 20 minutes? And their first chance down the other end, they get a decent try-scoring opportunity, even if they can't convert. They did go back for that advantage. They go for a line-out, they try a maul, and then they knock it on. They knock it on from the back of that maul, so when you look at that scoreline, chances like that come back and seem pretty costly. 24 minutes, Bosch hits a long penalty, so it's 10 points to 0. 29 minutes, the Sharks turn to win a penalty at scrum time. Kerwin Bosch takes a shot, and it's another one, so it's 13-0. The Sharks absolutely keeping the scoreboard ticking over, converting pressure into points. Lions unable to do so. Lions don't have enough possession, don't have enough territory. However, on 32 minutes, they did get their first points of the game. I think it was a breakdown penalty from Chituka. So Elton kicked that one to make it 13-3. 38 minutes, the Lions turned down a penalty. Where have we heard that? Well, we'll hear about that a bit later. End of the first half, they turned down a penalty to go for a maul. They win another penalty. They go again. And after a few phases, eventually the Sharks win a penalty to go into halftime with that 13-3 lead. Lions turn down a penalty. Again, you look at that scoreline and wonder. But hindsight is always 20/20. So first half finishes. Sharks have almost got 60% position. It's 59-41. They've got 63% territory to the Lions 37. They've got 220 run meters to 61. They're tackling at 92% to 70%. So to be honest, 13-3, they probably should be up by more. And they almost pay for it in the second half because the Lions do come storming back. 43 minutes, Bosch misses a penalty. That was a tough one on the Lions. It was a Massane kind of double movement where he was tackled and just rolled. But teams have been taking that kind of extra roll for quite some time to do that. So maybe the ref was right. His penalty goes wide. It was about 43 meters out. Elton Yankees misses one a wee bit later, so neither side's able to convert their penalties. However, that one actually kind of pays off for the Lions because not long later, when the Lions win another penalty, Elton just takes it quickly, seeing Olengo out there on the right wing. It's a pinpoint cross kick. Pinpoint. He couldn't have got it any better. And Olengo manages to take it. He competes in the air and he takes it pretty easily. Great conversion as well to make it 13-10. Suddenly it's game on. It was only going to take that one try to make it game on, and sure enough it did. 57 minutes though, the Sharks kick a penalty to pull it out a bit further, 16-10. Elton kicks one at 59, 16-13. There's a kind of a messy period from there on. I didn't take much in the way of notes. I know Elton had a really risky pass, which could have gotten intercepted on another day. Evevalune missed touch with a penalty. The Ox for the Sharks had a turnover and then immediately, as trying to get some momentum, passed it, but it went straight to a Lions player. So neither side was all that clinical during that period. 69 minutes, Elton Yankees misses a drop goal, but they go back for a penalty anyway, so he's able to level it up. 16 apiece. 16 apiece. The Lions are never in front in this game, but they did manage to tie it back up. However, on 72 minutes, there was a long shot from Bosch, 1916, so very much a bit of tit for tat. The final period of the game is kind of madness because as the Sharks have just done well to go back in front, from the kickoff, they knock it straight on, put themselves under huge pressure, which is a coach's nightmare. 74 minutes, the Lions go close from a kick through, but Libok does well to kind of force it. They go back for a penalty, which the Lions choose to kick. It's kickable, however, it hits the post. And then, on 80 minutes, somehow the Sharks managed to concede a penalty. It's a real messy one. They look to have kind of gathered the ball after the Lions. From memory, they kicked it through, but they managed to concede a penalty. The Lions, interestingly, go for a scrum. I thought maybe more, or maybe just take the 3, but it's a tough spot to kick. They go for a scrum. The scrum gets reset. They scrum again, it gets reset again, and then on the third try, the Sharks get a penalty. And that's enough for them, so it's game over. I guess fair play to the Lions for going for the win. Maybe they trusted their scrum more than their line-out. It didn't pay off. When that happens, you can always look back at them and say, you can be critical of them and say it was a big mistake. If it pays off, you're a genius. It's just one of those ones, man. You're either a hero or a villain, and in this case, you're the villain for going for the scrum. But you got to back your pack, and it didn't pay off. So credit to the Sharks for holding out, man. They were under the pump in that second half, although they managed to keep the scoreboard ticking over enough to get the win, and their defense really needs a bit of credit for holding the Lions out at periods. Full-time possession and territory, it's 42-58 in the Lions' favor. Territory is 59-41 again to the Lions, because in that second half, possession was 70-30 and territory was 72-28 to the Lions. So very much a game of two halves, man. Like I said, it's a cliche, but it's true. Run meters 291 to 196. Remember, at halftime, the Sharks were 220, so they didn't get much in the way of running in the second half. Defenders beaten was 14-9 to the Sharks, so they managed to dominate the defense, 89% tackle percent to the Lions 77, so that's one area where they'll be pretty pleased. Clean breaks 3-5 in the Lions' favor, offloads 12-5 in the Lions' favor, so some interesting numbers all round. Like I said, it wasn't perfect. There were areas where both sides will look to work on, but the foundation of the game is there. Both sides, for the most part, taking the threes when they were available. A couple of proper class tries, real team effort for that cock try, and a good bit of quick thinking for Elton to take that quick cross kick to Ulengo on the right wing. So, grandstanding finish, man. Notche got man of the match. He had 6 from 6 tackles, I think 28 run meters. Marius Lowe had 14 out of 15 tackles. So, we'll see how things go in the next 2 games. But this one was certainly a good way to get us underway. The Sharks have a bye next week, which is kind of unfortunate because there's not really a chance to build momentum. The Lions have the Stormers away, which is maybe a decent one because the Stormers haven't had a game yet. They won't get a game in the first round, so maybe it's a chance for the Lions to capitalize on the Stormers being a little bit more rusty. But for a game that you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch, it was a pretty good one. And as G-Man mentioned on his live stream of this game, the All Blacks Wallabies game for South African fans is 4 o'clock in the morning. So sometimes, as a rugby fan, you just got to do what you got to do. But good game. I'm pretty happy with it. And we'll see how the next 2 go. You guys let me know your thoughts on this one. What did you think of it? key performers. What did you think of the decision at the end to go for the win instead of the draw? Yeah, lots to talk about. You guys have any thoughts? I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later.